Okay, welcome to today's class, which is on prepositions in Roald Dahl's Taste. Now we're going to look at out, in, off, on and for. And off and on are opposites. Please don't mix up off with of, which has a different pronunciation. It's also a preposition, and we'll look at of in another class. But we're looking at off today, which is the opposite of on, and out, which is the opposite of in. But when you're talking about movement, you'll often say out of or into, which is why a lot of students get confused here. They hear he got out the car without an of, and then they hear he got out of the car, and they think which one is correct. And the good news is both of them are correct. You can say he got out the car, or he got out of the car, she got in the car, she got into the car. I just consider out of more formal than out, and into more formal than in. Yeah, and into is one word, by the way, but out of is two words. And it seems to me you can get rid of this of and this to in any phrasal verb which means movement from one place to another place. So, put something in your pocket is movement. Put something into your pocket. Take something out your pocket, take something out of your pocket. If it's movement, yeah, and this is movement, you can remove the of and the to sound less formal, to sound more relaxed, okay? But it really is for phrasal verbs with movement, okay? And so that's something to be aware of. The of is optional in out of, and the to is optional in into when we're dealing with phrasal verbs of movement. But look at this first example from the story. The wine label, the label on the wine bottle, the label was out of sight. Now, this is not dealing with movement, and the of is necessary. Things are either out of sight, you can't see them, or they're in sight, you can see them. So if you're the pilot of an aircraft, you might say, oh look, the runway is in sight. Excellent. We will make a nice soft landing, yeah? So some things are either in sight or out of sight, and you just have to learn those prepositional phrases. That's how we use them. In sight, out of sight. And in this story, the label was out of sight, of course, because they make a bet on the wine, where the wine came from. And so Mike, the host, he hides the label. He turns it round so that the label is out of sight. Okay, another interesting phrase. Mike and his wife had gone out of their way to produce a special meal, okay? If you go out of your way to do something, you go to great lengths to do something. You make extra special effort to do something. Go to great lengths is another great, another great phrase to learn. Yeah, go to great lengths to do something. Lengths. Yeah, to go to great lengths to do something, to go out of your way to do something. And they're really trying to impress Richard Pratt, yeah, the gourmet. They really want to impress this man, and so they go out of their way to produce a special meal. Of course, I think it's actually the maid who produces the meal, because she certainly serves the food. I'm not sure, maybe they have a cook or a chef in their kitchen, and he or she cooks the food. But they go out of their way to entertain Richard Pratt. They want him to have the best food, the best wine. So they go out of their way. They make extra special effort to produce a very special meal. Okay, and so to go out of your way to do something. And I think that in this sentence, you could get rid of the of. They had gone out their way to produce a special meal. Some people would not use it, some would. And so something to be aware of. Okay. The next one, he hurried out of the door. I think this was Mike. He hurried out of the door to grab a bottle